All right, greetings, YouTube. This is Beautiful Mind. Um, so, you know, if you like these type of videos and if you're looking for a free tutor, I'm pretty proficient through Calculus 3. So if you send me pictures of your a picture of your math problem and a typed question, it's really easy for me to make videos and respond. If you like these type of videos, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And although this is a free service, donations of any size are greatly appreciated at the link in the description. So this question, let's look at this question that comes in. So this question comes in is about graphing exponentials, and the student said that he had trouble graphing on, this is Pearson. So we'll let's see if it'll let me do it. It was there a minute ago. Let's see if I can reload it. Okay, so we're gonna do a similar exercise and then see if we can get it correct. So we're gonna hit similar question. Okay, so let's do it by hand. Okay. Okay. All right. So then it says, sketch your following function. Describe how the graph can be attained from the basic exponential function 2 to the power of x. Okay. So if this is our function, then let's just let this be our parent function or our basic function. We're going to call it g of x. Now, if we can write f of x in terms of g of x, that'll help to see the transformations that are going on. So this should be equal. So now g of x is 2 to the x. Now the x minus 2 needs to be inside. So if we say g of x minus 2, then we'll get that x minus 2 part. We multiply the outside of the function by 3, and then also on the outside we added 2. So now in this form, if f of x equals this part in blue on g of x, then if we, to list of transformations, we go from the inside to the out. So this says, now if we start on the inside, we subtracted 2. Now the natural intuition says that it will go left 2, because that's the negative x direction, but the inside manipulations tend to be the reverse. So if we subtract 2 on the inside, then it actually moves to the right. So the first manipulation is go right 2 units. Okay. Then if we multiply the outside by a number larger than 1, that's going to be a vertical stretch of 3 units. So we say a vertical stretch of 3 units. So it's like every y gets multiplied by 3, and then the last thing that we do is go up 2, and that's typically how that goes. Now the general graph of an exponential function, it typically starts off on a horizontal asymptote and then goes up like this. So then if we do these transformations, we go right 2, we do a vertical stretch, and then go up 2. So that means that the final graph, I'll just do it in this color, it should be something kind of like that, a little bit sharper, but something along this line. That's just a quick estimation. Now it says sketch the graph. Now if I were to sketch the graph something like this form, I would make a table. All right. So if I choose an x and a y, so in this one it'll be easier to choose values of x. So then I would say so I'm going to go -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just choosing these values, okay? So when x is -1, that's going to be 2 to the -3. Okay, so when x is -1, that's 2 to the -3. 2 to the 3 is 8, so that's going to be 1 over 8. That's 3 over 8 plus 2. So 3 over 8 plus 2. So 3 over 8 plus 16 over 8 is 19 over 8. So this one ends up being 19 over 8. So then when x is 0, 2 to the negative 2 is 1 over 4. So you have 3 over 4 plus 8 over 4. 3 over 4 plus 8 over 4 is 11 over 4. 11 over 4. When x is 1, that's a negative 1. That's 1 half. That's 3 halves plus 4 halves is 7 halves. When x is 2, that's 0. That's a 3 plus 2 is 5. When x is 3, that's a 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. X is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 16. Okay. So my x's, we went from negative 1 to 4. My y's went from kind of close to 0 to about 20. So if I was going to do this by hand, my x's, so we're kind of on the right and then above the y-axis. So it's almost, we're almost centered around quadrant 1. So I'll choose, let me actually do like this. I want to go like here. Come on. Yeah, text box. Ooh. Text box, there we go. Space, that paper, I want some graph paper. Okay. So we're kind of focused on quadrant 1. So then I will kind of focus on quadrant 1 a bit. Y doesn't go negative at all, so I'll go about here. Okay, my x is negative 1 to 4. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, there's 1, 1, 2, 3, there's 2, 1, 2, 3, there's 3, 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 1, 2, 3, there's 5. There's a positive x there. And my y's, I need to get up to 16. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I go by 2's, I can get to 20. Let me see, if I went 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So those have to be my 4's. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, there's 1. And we have the origin. This is 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay. And then this is negative 4. This is my positive y. Okay. So then if we were to graph these, well, x is negative 1. 19 over 8, that's 2. 16, that's 2 and 3/8. So then 2 and 3/8, negative 1 is about here. Okay, when x is 0, 11 over 4, 8. So that's 2 and 3/4. So we're about here. When x is 1, 7 over 2. So that's a 2 and a half. No, that's 3. Sorry. Yeah, that last one was almost 3. There are 3 2's in there. 3.5. Yeah, I was about to say 2.5 wasn't making sense. So 3.5. I just need to be closer to 4. So maybe here. Maybe the last one could come down some, but this will be fine. Then when x is 2, we go up to 5. So what's that? That's a 6. So we need to be here. And then when x is 3, we go up to 8. So we are here. When x is 4, we go up to 16. Here. Okay. The horizontal asymptote, let me see, we moved it up 2 units, so it went from 0 to 2. So this should be our horizontal asymptote, and then our graph behaves like this. Okay, so if I did this by hand, paper, actually get this result, something like this. Now let me check it in my graphing calculator before I try to put it. So we just want to keep that open. So I would go, if I was going to do this in my graphing calculator, I put the original in. So I go to y equals, we got 3 times 2 to the power of x minus 2 plus 2. Now I want the window to match the window that I set. So I'm going to go to window. My x min, I'm going to go down to -2. I want to go up to 5. I can go in steps of 1. That's fine. The y min, we want to go down to, say, maybe -5, up to maybe 25, but we want to go in steps of 4. Okay. So now when I hit graph, I should get a similar graph. Okay. So it matched. So then, now to put this in the calculator, so it says sketch the graph. Okay. So then this is the result that we got. Now, back on Safari, on Pearson, should I say. So we want to be here. So click to enlarge the graph. All right. So the exponential function is this one. Starts off flat and then takes off. I'm just going to click any random points. I just click there. Now, did we do any vertical stretch? Did we do a vertical stretch by 3? Was that this one? Yeah. So we did a vertical stretch by 3 units. So that's a 3. We didn't do any horizontal stretching or shrinking. We did go up 2. So that goes to 2. We didn't vertical shift. We didn't. Yeah. We went up 2, and we also went right 2. We might need to be doing this in order. Did it do the right thing? Yeah, I think it did fine. Just around 3 when x was 0. When our x was 0, let's go back and look at it. X was 0. That's a 2, 2 and 3, so just below 3. Okay, this still matches what we have. Okay. Oh shoot. Hopefully I might have to reload it. Doggone it. Alright, I can't leave once I start this graph. Alright. Oh, did it? Oh no. We lost it. Shoot, I felt like that was gonna happen. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is similar exercise, and I'm gonna just do it quick. I don't think this is the same as what we had. 3, so this is different than what we had, which is fine. We can do this quickly though. So the last one we just had to check in the calculator, which is fine. But now here, we hit the exponential, we graphed it. Now, vertical shift, so it looks like it goes up 2. No, stretching. It does a vertical stretch by a factor of 5. No horizontal. It should go right. Horizontal shift to the right one. And it should go up 2. No flipping or anything like that. The base is 2, and that should be it. So if I close and save, that's all I was going to do in the last one. Cross our fingers. Fantastic. Okay. So I was going to do something similar on the last. I just had to refresh because it froze up on me. I described how the graph can be obtained from the basic graph. Okay. So the base function is 2 to the x. So it looks like we go right 1, shift the graph, right 1 unit. Okay, right 1 unit, vertically stretch it vertically, and then shift it up 2 units. B looks good. Right 1, stretch it vertically, and shift it down. So B is the one I would choose.